Hello again, I'm at St Botolph's Church in the village of Skidbrooke. It dates from the 13th century and it stands in perfect isolation in the Lincolnshire marshes. Oh, and it just so happens to be one of the most haunted buildings in Britain.
St Botolph's Church dates from about 1200 and was added to in the early 13th century, and it's been redundant since 1973. As you can see, the furnishings are long gone, and it now stands like an enormous medieval great hall. The church has attracted many visitors over the years due to its reputation for being very haunted. It was nicknamed the Demon Church after it became popular with Satanists in the 1970s and 80s, and evidence of black magic rituals have been found in the form of burned black candles, pentagrams and other occult symbols painted on the stonework. More disturbing is the evidence of animal sacrifice. Headless sheep and birds with their throats cut have been found near the altar. Unsurprisingly, St Botolph's has been the subject of many paranormal investigations over the years. In the early 1990s, a paranormal research group from Grimsby described their night of terror in St Botolph's Church. From inside the church we could see points of light which seemed to swing eerily to and fro. There was an ominous rumbling noise, and my skin prickled with fear. A loud crack made us spin round. The burnt-out candles which had been standing on the ledge had fallen to the floor. Everything was motionless. All four of us felt a force which seemed to be waiting for our next decision. The open door beckoned. Then a dull thumping began to shake the building. Louder and louder came the thuds. Breathing became harder, and we looked at each other in anxiety. From outside there came a crash, and we were startled into action. Rushing to the door, we shone our torches into the churchyard. Someone, or something, had further dislodged one of the tombstone lids. The 6-foot stone lay on the ground, split asunder. Then there came another sound from behind us, a low growling. We turned, but the church was filling up with fog. We had reached the point where it was necessary to suspend disbelief completely. Then all hell broke loose. The pounding hit a crescendo, and with a roar which made us think the church was falling down, the fog exploded, blinding us. When we uncovered our eyes, the mist had gone. The lid of the tomb beneath one of the windows had shattered into 1,000 pieces. How can we explain the strange happenings of that night? As previously mentioned, St Botolph's is said to be one of the most haunted buildings in Britain. Visitors have reported seeing a variety of ghosts, including a phantom monk, strange lights, and ghostly children playing in the graveyard. There is a vague story of a huge dog-like creature with flaming red eyes that terrified 2 men near the church in the 19th century. And there are persistent reports of ceremonial fires burning in the churchyard. In 2004, a team of paranormal investigators using night vision cameras recorded up to 200 cylindrical objects known as rods travelling at high speeds. Some believe that, like orbs, mysterious flying rods are paranormal in nature. Now, sadly, due to its isolated location, this Grade 1 listed church and its environs have been repeatedly vandalised over the years. As you can see, this tomb has been smashed. As a result, security cameras have been set up in the roof space, and I believe they're powered by solar panels on the roof of the tower. Here, in a lonely corner of St Botolph's, are the graves of unknown merchant sailors killed during the Second World War. This is the only stone that bears a name, MCP MacDonald. He was a sailor on the SS Orsa, a British cargo ship. She was en route from Tyne for Bordeaux carrying coal when the ship hit a mine near Flamborough Head. All 16 of her crew perished when she sank.
Well, that about does it. My visit to St Botolph's Church. Supposedly one of the most haunted buildings in the whole of Britain. But do I believe it's haunted? Well, it has all the classic ghost story cliches. It's an abandoned church in the middle of nowhere, a perfect place for rumours to start and imagination to run riot. Personally, what frightens me about this place is the vandalism. Having said that, it's not a place I would return to in the dead of night.